Good evening, Rutgers, New Brunswick. I'm WeatherWatcher Michael Pastor, and I will be providing this evening's forecast. So let's start by looking at tonight's current observations. So we're looking at 52 degrees currently, with the feels like also at 52. We have 42% humidity. We got some dry air in the area, with winds out of the east-northeast at 5 miles an hour. So moving on, some headlines heading into the weekend. We do have a frost advisory overnight. We have some chilly temperatures coming into the area, which will make way for a chilly commute tomorrow morning. And then as we get into this weekend, we'll be seeing a nor'easter coming up the eastern seaboard and dumping some rain over New Jersey into next week. So looking at our current temps in South Jersey, we have 59 Atlantic City with that warm Atlantic water warming it up a little bit. But as we get more and more inland around Cherry Hill and Pemberton, we have mid 50s. Moving north, we see it gets even cooler, with up by High Point being 46 degrees in the high 40s, and then we have some low 50s in central Jersey around New Brunswick and Bernardsville. So first, I wanted to look at the dew point, just showing how dry it is right now. We have a lot of dry Canadian air bringing cold temperatures and dry air down into New Jersey right now. But as we get into this weekend, we will see a lot of moist air coming off of the Atlantic and into New Jersey, with dew points around 63 and 64 down in Atlantic City and Sea Isle City, with 60s up in New Brunswick. So now let's look at the future radar. So I'm going to slide over here. This is our nor'easter that will be coming up the eastern seaboard over the weekend and into next week. And as we can see, starting off Saturday morning, we have a lot of energy off the coast of South Carolina and Georgia that will be forming our low, which is our nor'easter. And as this continues, we will see that this nor'easter will develop and travel northeast along the coast and eventually spin off rain into New Jersey over here. So this is our future cast going into Saturday. This is going to show just some of the first rain that will be hitting Saturday morning. The system that will be coming up the eastern seaboard all the way down is going to have an expansive kind of boundary that's going to be throwing some rain all the way throughout the weekend. But we will be seeing some of our heaviest rain at the end of the weekend into next week. But let's look at our watches and warnings first at our frost advisories and freeze watches around us. So most of New Jersey is in a frost advisory right now, with that cold air coming down from Canada, with New York and PA also in a freeze warning. So we definitely have some of our first cold temps of the fall right now, making it so that we're getting that nice chilly fall weather, but we don't know how long it'll last going into the next couple of weeks, especially with some wet weather coming next week. But speaking of that wet weather, we want to make sure that we're looking at what this nor'easter will be doing in terms of coastal flooding. So especially off the coast of South Carolina and North Carolina, this nor'easter is going to be dumping a lot of wind onshore, causing a lot more coastal inundation and flooding. So all these areas along the coast will likely experience some coastal flooding. North Carolina has been recently seeing a lot more coastal flooding. So not the best outlook for the region, but something that we should be prepared for as we move into next week. But let's talk about our 7-day forecast now, starting with this weekend, some of the highs and lows. So Friday, we're looking at a high of 65 sunny. This is going to be our last day of that high pressure that will be moving out of the area, bringing that cold weather, with the low tomorrow morning being 38. That's going to be your chilly commute tomorrow, so make sure you're bringing a jacket, staying warm, and then as it warms up through the day, you're going to have to shed that jacket. Moving into Saturday, we get some of that warmer, moister air coming up. So we have the high of 69 with some chances of rain throughout the day, with that morning low of 47. And then Sunday is when that rain is really going to start to hit, with it being 62 as the high, with the bulk of the rain coming in the afternoon. That low does not reach nearly as low as it has the past 2 days with how moist it's going to be. So the low is only going to be 55 degrees. So now let's move into the rest of the week, starting with Monday and Tuesday. those are both going to be days that the nor'easter will still be in our area, spreading that rain over the area with heavy rain and rain showers Monday into Tuesday. We see our low temperatures are going to be right around 54 and 53. Again, holding it at a little bit higher of a temperature due to the moist air in the area. Then moving into the end of the week, we have Wednesday and Thursday, 67 and 69. Hopefully it'll be a nice end of the week next week after that nor'easter clears out, but that's still to be seen. So I am your weather watcher, Michael Pastor, and I hope you have a good evening. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube.